Hey, welcome in. Well, here's the headline. Effing crazy. Joe Rogan slams big tech censorship and its woke ideology. Well, wait a second. I thought that Neil Young canceled Joe Rogan. I mean, he demanded his music be taken off Spotify unless they got rid of Joe. He said it's either me or Joe. And them's was fighting words. And this is Neil Young we're talking about. And after all of that, Joe Rogan's not canceled? What's happening? And what's this? This is Neil Young on Spotify. What's this? Heart of Gold? Heart of Gold is still on there? That's his most famous song. Harvest Moon, Rockin' in the Free World, Needle in the Damage Done. What? So not only did he not cancel Joe Rogan, he couldn't even get his most famous songs off Spotify. I don't know. It must be tough, though, after many years of getting all of your information about the world from CNN, and now all of a sudden there's different ways to get information. It's all just too confusing. But I'm sure he'll be okay. He has weed. Anyway, what's going on here? Joe Rogan is slamming big tech censorship and its woke ideology. I approve of that. So let's see. On the Joe Rogan Experience podcast on Tuesday, the host spoke to his guest, Daryl Davis, a musician, activist, and author of Clandestine Relationships, a Black Man's Odyssey into the KKK. Now, this is an interesting guy. He is a guy who would just engage Klan members in conversations and basically change their minds about being in the Klan. So instead of just, I guess you could say, canceling them, he engaged them and saw quite a lot of success doing that. So, I think that's somebody worth hearing from on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. But who else did he have on? Bill Ottman, an internet entrepreneur, free speech activist, and CEO of Minds. Now, I'm on Minds, and I think Minds is great, and I encourage you to join it as well, because you're not going to get censored there. But anyway, what was Rogan saying? Quote, "So it seems like there's an issue with many social media companies where they want to censor bad ideas, suggesting that part of the reason is because they aren't willing to do the work involved to slowly but surely introduce people to better ideas." See, I don't really think it's their job to be involved at all. I don't think it's their job to decide what are better or worse ideas, frankly. And I don't think they're qualified to make those decisions. But anyway, let's continue. Quote, "It's exhausting," he added. "So what Twitter does is like, F you, get out of here. Instagram does the same thing with all these people, but the problem is that it goes further and further and further down where you're getting rid of people for just not agreeing with you. Or just, stating biological fact or, just the obvious. Like, there's a lab in this place where this virus came from, where they studied the kind of virus that everybody's getting sick with now. That sort of thing. Well, let's see. Bill Ottman, and he's the CEO of Minds, which I encourage you to join, said even the left now realizes that deplatforming causes more severe radicalization and questioned if it was being done intentionally by big tech sites. Well, it feels like a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Like, this could cause radicalization, so kick them off of everywhere. And essentially what you're doing is isolating them. You're removing them from the larger conversation. You're removing them from all the other ideas that are out there. And not very long ago, it was radicalization to suggest that, maybe mandates and boosters were going to be on the menu, which Dave Rubin was suspended off of Twitter for. Or, maybe a certain virology lab had a little something to do with a certain world health crisis. Anyway, Joe Rogan disagreed that they're doing it to intentionally radicalize people, the big tech sites. And he said that there's an ideology that is attached to all the big tech companies. You have to be what they think is woke. You have to subscribe to a certain line of thinking, and anybody that deviates from that line of thinking should be suppressed, minimized, or banned. They're not trying to radicalize people. They're just foolish in their approach. The CEOs have to virtue signal. They have to say, we're doing our best to stop harmful talk. And again, they're not qualified to make that decision. I have to say that I disagree with Joe a little bit here in that they're not just foolish in their approach. these people aren't fools. These people want their crackpot political, racial, gender theories to win. And they're ruthless in pursuing that goal. These aren't just, good-hearted liberals trying to, follow the science. No, they know what feels wrong or bad in some way or harmful in some way. And because anything that feels wrong to them is evil, well, they just have to stop it. Anyway, Rogan goes on now, but what they call harmful, a lot of it is disagreeing with pharmaceutical companies, which is just effing crazy. These are the lyingest liars that ever lived. Well, come on. It's not that they don't want to tell you the truth. They just want to take 55 years to tell you the truth. That's all. But let's finish this off. And the idea that you, the effing tech dorks, are going to step in and say, no, this is dangerous thinking. And then he and his guests talked about Twitter thinking it's above the First Amendment. And, well, they clearly believe that. And effectively they are, aren't they? Because nobody's stopping them. So this is why establishment elites hate Joe Rogan. But all of that said, he is on a big tech platform, Spotify. But the thing is that, he's kind of grandfathered in. It's tough for anybody new to make it past the gatekeepers now because, what are the gatekeepers? The gatekeepers are really just the algorithms at this point. And they stop you from getting to an audience in the first place. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you just like to listen, there's the podcast Radio Baloney. It's on pretty much every platform. If you look for it, you will find it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.